Okay, so before I start this review, or whatever you want to call it, really, I'm just, yeah, All Blacks, we're in the All Blacks New Zealand, we're in the final tomorrow. Yeah, we made it into the final, and oh, I'm so pumped. New Zealand vs France Rugby World Cup final tomorrow. Yeah, we're gonna win this. Go All Blacks, go New Zealand. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm New Zealand by the way, so yeah, I'm pumped. We're gonna win the World Cup, hopefully. But now that I got that out of the way, now we can get into this don't let him get away or don't get away from him or whatever it's called. I think it's don't let him get away. I think, and it's this is more of a reaction than a review because I just finished seeing it like a minute or two. So yeah, and this is really what I think. And I'm going to be honest. I think this is a movie. Well, it's a short film. It's a short film by fellow YouTube film critic who's a hell of a lot better than me. Let me just say. Chris Stuckmann, and he's cool. He's a kind of bit of a buddy here on YouTube. Not really though. He's well, no, yeah, well, we talk to each other on blog TV shows and stuff. But yeah, I'm not gonna be nice on him. I'm not gonna play easy just cause you know I know him and stuff. I'm gonna treat this like any other short film. And okay, I'm gonna be honest. I think it's best if you don't really know anything before you watch this. So that's what I'm going to say. But so just I'm not going to say anything plot wise. That's just what I think. Just if you don't know anything going into it, well, watching it, the better off you are. So first off, let me just say, well, okay. First thing I absolutely admire is the stunts. I like that stunt work. I mean, that was cool. And even there was this one part where I just was like, oh, that is so cute, but it is awesome. And yeah, that was cool. I mean, it's not so much stuff. It's actually got some good filmmaking in it as well. And I like the tension going on throughout it. And I like how this is really a character, like, shown with his facial expressions, that, he's a very determined and very what's the word? I had a word for this. Determined and a determined and focused person. Yeah, he's very focused and determined in what he's doing. You can see that through his maybe not so much facial expressions, but throughout his body language in total. Just through the hands, the movement, but maybe kind of facial expressions. I don't know, but I thought it really worked well. And the tension really builds up. I think it does. It's very really well edited, and I think it's a really well crafted film. Actually, very interesting. It's a little different to what you would kind of expect. And I like that. I really respect that. But it's not without its flaws. But I will get to that in a minute. But yeah, it's. What more can I say, really? Really well edited, really good stunts, really builds up the tension. And now, here's first off, with. I had a few more good things I had to say about this, but I can't really remember. Okay. I must say, it gets off to a slow start. It really does. It didn't really hold my interest at the beginning, to be honest. It just, it kind of like, I was like, I'm not really getting this, alright? It's not too much my scene, for the beginning at least. And, it's really to do with the first half, which are my problems. And it's also in the first half, is there's some kind of like jolty camera work. And it kind of threw me off a bit. It was just, it just, you know, it it was just really jolty. It was actually kind of giving me a headache. I was like, my eyes were like, oh, gee, I can't cope with this. It was kind of like a 3D movie at times. I was like, oh man, with that camera work, I don't want to sound too harsh about it because it wasn't that bad. It's just, jolty camera work. Maybe not the 3D movie was the best example, but maybe kind of like with really flickery, like computer screens, those are really hard to work on. Like especially, I had to do an exam on one of those, and it really messed with my eyes, and yeah, that kind of threw me off guard with jolty camera work. Did I just say camera work? Camera work, and yeah, but other than that, this really, really well. I'm sorry if this review is kind of really sloppy. It is, but it's really well crafted. Okay, I can't really praise the tension enough in this. The tension actually really gets on you, and I think actually from a point of view of each of these characters, it never feels filmically. It actually feels like, okay, it never feels like it's actually done for the film. It feels actually really like as a character would see it, as a person would see it. And I like that. It's just, you're not thinking about the film, you're thinking about people here. And that's kind of what films kind of need to be. And it was very, very believable. I'm like, yes, this is what I'll be doing in this situation. Finally. And yeah, and that's why I think of this short film. It's about 20 minutes long, so it's not terribly short, but well, actually it is kind of short. But most short films are usually about a quarter of an hour, so it's kind of a little bit longer. But yeah, it's I think the actors did a very good job. So Chris, if you're watching this, tell them they did a very good job. Especially, I think the other man, like not the. I don't want to say this, but the black man, please, don't think I'm saying right. I can't remember the actor's names. The person who was getting chased. But yes, he did a very good job. And, I mean, everyone gives a really good job. It's really well, the angles are really well done. And I think, like, everything looks believable as well. Yeah, and the second half it's kind of a difference between this kind of like more like kind of, I don't want to say independent, but it's first half's really more this. I'll just say independent, but it's really more independent and yeah, kind of bizarre. I don't want to say bizarre, but I'll just say anyway, kind of like odd, artsy kind of look from these characters. I mean, the second half is like this really big tension build up and kind of actiony thing. I'm kind of muddled with words at the moment. I'm sorry if this review is muddled, but really good job. It gets off to a slow start and it does have some jolty camera work, but everything else is really well done, especially like done filmically. And I really like that. And yeah, also Chris, if you're watching this, I actually went to the cinema today, and guess what I saw? Yeah, so I did actually see it today. It was kind of a mission to go out to see it. I wanted to see it with a friend, but I wanted to see that movie with a friend, but and I was going to use like a voucher, but the thing is, it left that cinema after like 2 weeks. But still, that was a fantastic film. I think it was like your number 4 or something. Yeah. Win-Win is a good movie. I'll probably give it like it's a 4.5 out of 5 kind of thing. Yeah, I don't really feel confident grading short films on a scale of 1 to 5. I don't really do that. It just doesn't feel right for short films. So, but still, okay, that was my review of Don't Let Him Get Away, or Really More Reaction. I'm sorry, it's very, very sloppy, but yes, that was my reaction and review, so yeah. till next time, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm Thomas, and that's a review.